Okay, now I'm going to go straight to ecosystem of drip network. So I'm going to give you just a little explanation. And I know a lot of us who have been on the drip garden or drip network were just there and not following instruction. So I'm just going to take us a little round and just a moment. 100%, 10,000. Okay. Yeah. And to the country. Right, okay. So now let me just take us on something very importantly. Please be attentive on this thing. Now, drip network, a comprehensive tax sustainability model. Now, this is a DeFi, and I know a lot of things are going to be happening, and then you do not know or probably understand how it works. And of course, if you do not know how it works, you can have a lot of misunderstanding about it. And it's a new trend of activities, understand that, and try to know it all before you get involved. It's going to be cumbersome. Now, later you can get this article on Medium. If you're on Medium, and you can read up this yada yada yada. Coming over here. Sorry. Because I really want some of us to have an understanding. I know how much you are missing every time you are not taking into, you are not following instruction when it ought to be. Some of us don't follow instruction. Some of us know too much. So now let me read up. Okay, you can read up this. And a drip network is one of the new forefronts, okay, that hit the DeFi crypto space. Drip has been a critical underdog in the DeFi space and currently sits ranked number 2 in the DeFi project ranking on the BSC. Okay. You can read that, and then you can check that on DAppTrapper. I may not have that time for that today. There are a whole lot of things we will need to learn about DeFi, metaverse, NFTs, and all of that. I've told us last year that this 2022 we're entering to is a year of staking, massive farming, all right, NFTs, metaverse, and all of that. So if you do not know, no. And so Dana said, what will give you insane money in 2022 may not really make any sense. What will make you insane money in crypto in 2022 in crypto may not really make any sense. So people are still struggling to understand crypto, and we're talking of DeFi, and people are struggling to understand DeFi. We're talking of NFTs. People are struggling to understand NFTs. We're talking of metaverse. So all you do is jump in and be learning. If you want to learn everything before you do anything, you will lose many things. Now, so for the scope of this article, okay, now DeFi project and all of that, this guy disseminate information about what is this all about. So we'll be covering the tax system, specifically regarding running some isolated scenario for proof of concept. So the address informations will assume the reader has a basic underlying understanding of the network. So we will also connect on some familiar and important mechanics that are often misconceived. Now, I just brought you here, so later you can read up by yourself to understand what this guy, the writer, was talking about, the drip network as an ecosystem, and understand the FAUCET, understand the animal farm, that's a manual farm, as it was called at that time, but for you to understand the ecosystem, okay? Now, being deflammatory coin, it's not as Ponzi, like you do some Ponzi, are the people that came first, and they want to make money, and there's no buying opportunity for the newer people. No, in this case,
You might be coming and the coin has done all-time high, and you are buying just like what's happening now. As somebody want to stake on the FAUCET, was it yesterday or 3 days ago? And what I told her was that wait, because market itself, crypto market needed to pull back. And so if it does pull back, so you should expect even the FAUCET, the drip to come down, and then you can have a good entry. But of course, many of us will have wished we started drip when it was $6, $7, $10, and all of that. Now, some of us who got involved when it was 50-something dollars, now we wish we had started when it was $10. But anytime you wake up is usually a good morning. And so you do not say, oh, I'm waiting until this. So take note of this. When we talk about Drip Network as an ecosystem, it has 5 major things before other things added. It has 5 major things up, right? So in this ecosystem, you can be making passive money. Now, while helping yourself. Now, then you need to now learn when you get started, you need to learn the strategies to adopt and make insane money in the system. How to turn over your money you are making on a daily basis so that you don't waste it. Now, I'm going to go to the FAUCET. Number one aspect of Drip Network is the Drip FAUCET. All right? What is the FAUCET? Now, please note, new people, if you are coming to Drip Network, understand this fact. Every amount of money deposited into the Drip FAUCET cannot be pulled out. It can only give you a accrual of earnings. So what can be sold, all right? What can be sold or replanted is what was paid out. Now, what was here cannot be pulled out. This, for instance, is 19.825 is already locked. It can only generate average of total accrual of 3.65x of this, which is 365%, give and take. Now, in other words, by days, it's to be giving you, excuse me, sorry. It will be giving you 1% average per day. Here, sorry, it's a network. Okay, now looking at what is here now, what will give you average per day? 19.825. So 1% of it average per day, that's about 0.19825. Okay, that's what's going to give to you. Now, there were people, you may say they were lucky, when on the Drip Garden, on the FAUCET, this Drip Network, they can only buy on the fountain. We call it this platform on fountain. They can only buy on the fountain by depositing BNB into their MetaMask. Please, I always warn people, I do not use MetaMask on phone. I use MetaMask on laptop. Now, you can only buy on the fountain. That is, you connect your Drip Network to your MetaMask and you go to swap. And then as you go to swap, what happened? You go to swap, because ordinarily, when you want to get started, there's a link that definitely needs to be given to you. For instance, I copied the link. I'm sure many of us in our community had done Drip Network. If you have not, well, I'm not forcing you to do that. I'm just showing you. Now, I'm meant to have BNB in my MetaMask. And then a link is given to you. For instance, I can paste the link on the chat. Or when you are here, if you ask your respective leader, you know, an example of the link is this. I'm going to copy it now. Okay, I don't want to spend more than 30, 35 minutes here. Okay, now when you copy the link, and then of course, you copy the link and go to where you copy the link and go to where your MetaMask is installed, and then you paste it. Of course, it's going to ask you, to get a booty, right? When you're on the FAUCET, it's going to ask you to get a booty. Now you have to copy the wallet address attached
right? Wallet address attached to the link. Then you get here, it's going to say get a goodie. You copy the wallet address and paste something, just a wallet address. Then you paste it and click on update. Then it updated successfully. Now, having done that, very simple. What next are you supposed to do? You click on swap. Now, assuming you want to swap, and then you have 1 BNB, it's okay. Or let me say what I have here, 0. Whatever BNB is what I have, 0.7. So I want to swap 0.7 BNB. That's going to tell you, it's going to give you 4, which is very cheap now. And it's still going down, okay? So I'm going to buy what of 4 point something. Minimum you can deposit on the FAUCET is 1. Please understand that. I haven't bought it. What am I supposed to do next? I go back to my FAUCET, and then very simple, I click on deposit. You can't deposit anything less than 1. So 1, you can deposit. So it's a privilege now. Many of us who are just listening now, you're very lucky because how much is 1 drip now? 65. I was saying to some persons yesterday, I said, I'm expecting it to come down because I know a lot of people from their piggy bank, they must have made some money they will sell. And in their piggy bank, remember, piggy bank is combined with BUSD and pigs. And then when they want to do, they were selling off their drip to move into piggy bank. So you expect a drop on drip and then eventually a drop in pig before again a pickup, because they will make some money and then be buying back to stick back into their piggy bank. All right. Now, having done that, you buy, now it's $65, very cheap. Of course, some of us, we participated when it was 50 something dollars, but a lot got involved at 67, 90, 80, and it did all-time high about 175 or 195 or thereabout. So it's a privilege for you now that you may buy now, it may come down to $45. It doesn't matter. If the price is going down, you are accruing the volume of the coin you have. Now, having done that, it is expected that, okay, every now and then you can compound. Look at my own now. I have accrued about 1.015 on this wallet. How do I compound? It's just to go to what's called hydrate compound, and then it's going to pick everything. Okay, I want to compound. Okay, good. For me to compound. So I go ahead and compound. Now you can see, you're going to see immediately I finish compounding. Of course, you will now see that I'm going to have maybe about 20 or 21 point or 20 point, whatever, drip that will be on my FAUCET. Okay, it's a compound success. Okay, now I have 20.8. Now you can see what my expected payout, 75. If you minus this from there, because maybe I have harvested some, probably, and all of that, maybe when there's an all-time high in the price of drip, I harvested some, and then, maybe use it to do another, project in it. So this is drip FAUCET. You can get involved and then getting passive accrual. But listen, this ecosystem is actually not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a place where you buy into a pre-sale. When you did 10S, 20S, you sell and dump and go. Remember, what you lock is locked. You can only get your accrual. That means you have to stay patient and be getting your money. But when you recompound, you build more portfolio, as it were. Thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to go to the model that combine about 4 things now. We have talked about the drip FAUCET is one thing. The second thing you're going to see here on the animal farm is number 1, drip garden. Number 1, drip garden. Okay? Number 1, drip garden. Number 2, the piggy bank that was just launched. Number 3, the farming, where you can do liquidity and be accruing some money. I may not be able to go to detail of that. You can see example of here. This is a combination of Dodge and the combination of dogs and BNB to be accrued pigs. You can see now I've harvested over how many pigs here, and I use it to now do the PG bank. Now, this ecosystem give more money to get involved in other new futures that are adding up. So those are the advantage. Now you can see drip BUSD, I stake here getting peaks. Okay, you can see dogs BUSD stake here getting peaks. Now there are other ones down, down, down. You can do all those liquidity. So I am not here to do that now. Just to show you that there's so much opportunity. You can be making passive money if you follow instruction. Now I've told you. So then there's a pools. There's the farming pools. Farming pools simply mean you do not combine liquidity. You can just take a single coin and be accruing, you know, this APY, 83% APY, 6% APY. Now, if you see cake, or sorry, 114% APY, can see I staked some cake here, 18.8 cakes, and there was accruing dollars. So that's gotten 0.349 Dodge. So if I want to use Dodge, that reminds me, I need to even harvest this Dodge, right? Now, if I want to harvest, can just harvest it and then probably go and stake it, right? Now, in the same ecosystem, I'm making some money from somewhere, harvest it and replant it somewhere, you know, just moving on and making a lot of things. So it's fun. Now, this fun, this staking, what make it fun? We are busy doing a lot of things there. Unlike, you know, this is similar to project we're doing on X, right? Why staking here? Why doing farming here? You are busy, you can interact, you can show a lot of things. And then, so we have the pools, we have the farm, and I can make a lot of money on the drip garden and PG bank to reinvest back on the pools or on the farm. Just imagine I can harvest some of my money. I can harvest some of my money from drip garden, right? Can harvest some of my money from drip garden and come and stake on the farm. So I can be having 186% of accrual, you know, yearly of peaks. So that will continue to make money. Meanwhile, the money was harvested from the drip garden. So I can harvest peaks and go and stake again, which I'm going to show us. Where can I stake it? It's called pig pen, right? I pull out some pigs here because I want to add up more of my piggy bank, but I'm going to return. What piggy bank made for me, I will return it back here. What's the advantage of this? When there are much money locked on in what we call BUSD vault, you are like a shareholder when you have some pigs here, because this is the native token of the animal farm. So if you have some pigs stake here, then you can participate on the total money lock on the what they call the vaults. The total money lock on the BUSD vault. Look at it. Look at what is there. 3-point-something million. Over time, if they pull out, they share to the shareholder. Crazy money. Now I'm going to show very fast on, I've told you, so there's, if I say 5 major, can I say I didn't talk about piggy pen as added to Reef Node. Look at the drip FAUCET, number 1. We have the drip garden, number 2. You have the PG bank, number 3. You have the farm, you know, the yield farming, number 4. You have the pool staking, number 5. You have the pig pen, right? A lot of things are still coming in the same ecosystem. But all you do is that to know how to maximize this. Now, I'm going to show how do you go about, you know, staking on drip garden. Of course, let me show you. Can pick up this on the piggy bank. Okay, so I'll copy out the piggy bank. Okay. So I'll copy out the piggy bank link, and I think in all our group, it was there and said, whoever that must have, maybe your respective leaders, you are meant to get their link. Now, for the purpose of this training, you're new, maybe you've not done it, or you've been invited into Plan B. not long, and then you can follow the instructions and pick the link. But please, I do not expect people to use phone because there are so many limitations using your phone with MetaMask. MetaMask is a desktop wallet and not a mobile wallet, so be very careful. So now, all you need to do to be on all of this forum is just to click on the link. Then you now already have access to the farm, to the pools, to the pig pen, to the drip garden, to the piggy bank. Now, okay, let me quickly explain the piggy bank. That's the newest project. Do you know that on this piggy bank, now I discover that on this piggy bank, on the average, what this taking is paying me on the average in a day is $115, right? This one was I staked on many wallets because I love experiment. So I staked some for 52 months. I staked majority of it for 1,091. That's 3 years. That is 156 months. Of course, why? So I did experiment to see how this is going to be profitable. You can see what has been locked up just from when it was launched. When you go back, you can read more about this so that I don't take much of my time trying to explain of this. Now look at it. How do I go about the piggy bank? Number one, you are supposed to go to your pancake swap, right? And what's it called? Get BNB into your MetaMask wallet, right? And get BUSD to your MetaMask wallet. Another day, I'm going to talk about this. We are doing a lot of crazy things on PancakeSwap. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. Now, you know, there's so many ways to make passive income where you don't need to give yourself unnecessary headache of this day trading or jumping into some of those funny platforms, give money to third party to help you to trade for you and all of that. Now, this, you are meant to go to your PancakeSwap, of course, and buy some pigs. How do I do? You can copy the contract address from your back office of Animal Farm, or you can go to CoinMarketCap, right? I may not have time to do much of that, and go and copy the contract address of pigs, okay? Right? So you copy. So you get pigs, and then getting your pigs. So probably you want to swap to get pig, maybe 0.5 BNB to buy pigs. .5 BNB to buy pigs. So it's going to give you 0.99. So, or you may just say, okay, let me buy 1 pigs. So let's do this way, 1 pigs. So you swap, I'm not buying, you swap it, and then ensure you have BUSD in your MetaMask. BUSD is meant to be your MetaMask, okay? Now, once that is done, you come back to your Animal Farm back office, right? You come back to your Animal Farm back office on the piggy bank. What exactly are you meant to do on the piggy bank? Very simple. You go under the piggy bank and click on liquidity. Then you scroll up and you see add pigs LP. Then you click that. Now it's going to ask you how many do you want. Of course, you must have BUSD. So let me say it's $500 I have here. Of course, I do not have. That's why it's saying it's not going to work. If not, if I put it, it's going to tell you enable BUSD, enable pigs, enable BUSD. Now, once you have done that, it's not going to ask you supply. You click on supply, and then you click confirm supply. Then you are done. After you have clicked those things, you're going to see the volume of your LP down here, just like you are seeing this now. You say I'm having pigs BUSD LP 3.2524. Maybe the one I harvested, I want to do experiment. So I want to do experiment. That was why I harvested some, and that's why you are seeing it here. What am I going to do experiment with? It's not what I'm going to show us here, because I want to teach another class after this for removing liquidity if they want to now withdraw money. Because I know a lot of people say, if I have made all this money, how do I withdraw it? Are you sure I'll be able to collect my money, or I'll just continue compounding? You can compound, you can harvest your money and spend it. So that's what we call about remove liquidity. Now, once you have done this, then you have supply, then you go back to your piggy bank. When you go to your piggy bank, see what you are going to see. On your piggy bank, you are meant to select weeks. So if I'm selecting the highest week, 156 weeks, it's going to be 149,299 for 3 years. All right. So maybe you say maximum. So you can see the maximum I have there. And then as you say maximum, it's not going to tell you enable, because I have done it before. That's why it's not asking me enable. Your own, for the first time you're doing, it's going to ask you enable LP. So enable LP, you confirm it, then it say buy piglet. So how many number of piglets? If it's 10, if it's 5, it's going to show you number of piglets you can buy with that money. So you click buy piglet. It is when you finish buying piglet, automatically your staking have taken place. If it's 1, if it's 2, now you can see I have 9 piglets here, I have 46 piglets here. Now it begins to accrue, right? This one is just about 1 day plus now. So now this one, I've checked it, I monitored it, I discovered that in 24 hours, this one in every 1 hour is making about $4.9, almost $5. Now you want to ask how much is the worth of this? Maybe about $3,200. That's the worth of this, about $3,200. Imagine on daily basis is making average about $100. So let's say, though the price of the truffle to go up and down. So, but let's say on the average from $80 to $100 every day. So $80 multiplied by 30 days. That's $2,400 in a month. That's super crazy. Okay? That's super crazy. So now you can now see, but like this one, I stake here, I can compound after every 24 hours, or I can sell. So at 24 hours, I compound or I sell. The more I compound, the more I have increment of the number of piglets I will have to be producing more of the truffle. The truffle I can sell. And then when I sell, where will it be? It's going to be if I go to my pancake swap. Okay. If I go to my pancake swap now, excuse me. If I go to my pancake swap now, assuming I want to sell off, I will go to liquidity. Okay. And then on the liquidity, so you are going to see, you can see the liquidity. What do I want to do if I click? I want to remove it. Yes, I'll remove. So you can now see half will be in the pigs and half, $45, be in, that means this money is about $90 thereabout. So half will be on BUSD and half will be on the pigs. Okay. All right. So that's for now. Now I go back very quickly because I have just a few minutes to wrap up. Now the drip liberation, you can see the drip now. Now the drip, I think I've done a lot of video on how you can set your drip. So that's why I don't want to too much emphasize on drip. Now you can drip. Now it showed me that I have 2 plants to plant. Now the total plant this guy have now is 418. Now if I check the drip viewer, let's check how much is the what, the price of the plant to have come down very well. There was a time it got to as high as $13, $12. So imagine now when we are compounding, when we discover that the market is now adjusting itself, Now, what I expect people when you first start, always compound because you just started. Then when you compound and you see that you have compounded in the first, for somebody who start with less than $2,000, for the first 3 months, supposed to be compounding. So that the next 3 months with $2,000, you are able to compound, having up to like maybe $6,000, $7,000. Now, if with that in a day, and maybe the price of the coin now go up, look at it, because the price of the coin is still low, right? Now, 480 is about $1,300. And also on the average, with the prevailing rate of the plant is $44 this account will be making on daily basis. So imagine $44 on daily basis times 30 days. How much would that be? $44. Can I see where we say you can make average of $200 and above on daily basis? So $44 multiplied by 30 days, about $1,320. Now, how many plants is he planting per day now? 13.9. Now, I have about 2 plants to be replanted. This is the place I was telling some of us in our office. Should I plant now? No, check it. Why? If I plant, I'm going to waste some seed because the time has passed. That means this account is planting every 1 hour, 40 minutes. So what should I do? Leave it. Let this 22 minutes wrap up to 100%. This 22% wrap up to 100%. Then you will see that this will have been remaining maybe 1 minute. Once you click that, look at it, what's the time? At 9:57 p.m. That's when I will recompound. At that time, instead of 2, it will have been 3. Is there a duplication? No. Have I lost it? No. So always calculate the timing before you recompound. Don't just say, my seed is available to recompound. Let me recompound. Meanwhile, you are using the wrong time. So you can see that this account, so as at that time to recompound by that 9:57 p.m., instead of 2, it will be 3. Then what do? You will see plant seed, compound. Then you are good to go. You compound it, and then begin to continue doing what you are doing. So ladies and gentlemen, that's just the first one. Need to be brought tonight. So please go back, join board. A lot of us who are not.
Yeah. Simon.
And that's why opportunity passes us by very often until when things become so big before we wake up to it. So it is important. And lastly, if you are new in our community and you have not bought, not a financial advice anyway, and you have not bought this coin, not a financial advice, remember I said so. I'm sure many of us saw what the coin have been doing. At least for those of us who have bought it since, we saw what we have done. We started from our paid group. Can see even when others are going red, it's busy going green. At least if you have bought this coin, as at the time we're shouting about it, you have been on a very nice profit. Even though you have not bought that time, this is the time that Matic was a good buying time about 2 years ago at 1 cent, 6 penny. And we told a lot of people buy a stake, nobody bought. Now Matic crossed $2 or $1 is when everybody want to buy. So with $1,000 now, you can see more volume. Is it financial advice? No. We have bought, that's why we're advising you. If you have money, buy and wait to see when they will even start their staking. So the coin, well, I'm not going to say much about it. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. Do you have a question? Anyone with a question? Okay, I could see a chat. Okay, thank you for.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, evening, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I just joined the.
And then you can ask questions, sir.
Okay.
It's better you watch the recording and maybe have another time of lecture. You can ask.
Okay.
Ask now is
No.
like lecture.
All right, sir. It's just to know the name of the coin you're talking about.
I typed it as NXTT. Look at it on the board.
Okay, next sitting. All right, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Next.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, someone say, how do I withdraw from the drip garden? The same way, you harvest and then go and remove liquidity. You harvest and then go and remove liquidity. Instead of compound, then you go ahead and say, I'm not compounding. What do I want to do? Look at it, harvest seed. When you harvest seed, it's now in drip BUSD. Then you have to go to pancake swap and then remove liquidity. And when you remove liquidity, you can sell your drip, and then your BUSD is already BUSD because your drip garden was a combination of drip and BUSD. So that's what was paired. So you harvest and then go and remove liquidity on pancake swap. All right. Every of those things are connected on pancake swap. So you harvest, then but other ones that are single staking, like if I stake dogs now, like now, okay, I stake dogs. Look at it here. I stake some dogs. I hope I can see it. Look at it. I stake about 8 dogs here. So if I want to do, I can stop it. Right? When I stop it, I can just sell it. And that one, I don't need to still remove liquidity. Right? And so it's a single coin staking on the pool staking. Those are how long can one lock an LP piggy bank. It's you that choose your time. We have told you some we lock for 156 weeks. Somebody's you can lock for 1 week. So it's your choice. Nobody will give you a period of how long. How long do you want to continue to make money? So it's a choice. Nobody will give you the time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do have a nice time. I need to have another class now. And if you come, we may not be having class like this. So do have a nice time, everybody. Enjoy yourself. Bye for now.